Hello and welcome. I'm Robyn Smith, the founder of Conscious Thriving Relationships and the Healthy Relationships Sisterhood Facebook group. And I want to share with you what I'm calling the 3 keys to healthy communication. So we'll look at what these 3 keys are and also why they're important and what might be in the way. So let's start with this piece about what's possible when you have healthy communication. Like, why is it so important? And I have to say that there are so many women who come to me saying our communication isn't good, we need better communication, and I think that's going to fix our relationship. So if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, put a yes in the comment if that's you, if that has been your experience as well. So what I've noticed for me in my relationships is that when I have healthy communication, or we could call it effective communication, good things happen, right? So I feel more heard and understood, and so does the other person. I also feel more ease in my being and more flow in our connection. I also feel more supported because I'm able to convey what I want, what I need, what's happening for me. And so therefore I feel more connected. So all these things I think are possible when we have healthy communication, along with a lot less arguing and conflict. So put an I want that in the comment if you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook. Let's move on. So the second thing I wanted to share is what are some of the problems that can occur when we don't have healthy communication. So when we don't have healthy communication, as I was just speaking of, we may find ourselves experiencing more conflict, more disconnection in our relationships, more frustration. We may also, some of the things that might be happening when you're not communicating well is more blame, more criticism, somebody shutting down or storming away. Maybe there's someone withholding information. So these are all actually also aspects of unhealthy communication. Defensiveness might be, more happening more, or people getting more triggered, more reactive, more easily reactive when there's not a good flow of easeful communication. Okay, so let's look at what I'm calling the 3 keys to healthy communication. And this is just a small chunk of what I actually teach when I do a longer communication training. So I'll be talking about that in a moment. But these 3 keys are I consider foundational for setting up a good environment for communication. So first one is really good eye contact. So when we have eye contact, there's something in us that, for most of us anyway, that feels seen, right? We say we want to be seen, and then we don't, if someone's looking at their phone, we don't feel seen. So that's part of it. But also there's something that feels inside, like maybe more relaxed when you know you're being seen, when you know someone's giving you their full attention. So these are reasons why eye contact is important. And I do want to say, I know that some people have trouble with eye contact. It's difficult for them. It's scary for them or uncomfortable. And so they may look away a lot. And so if that's you, no judgment on my part, but just know that it does affect people when we aren't able to look at them. And so you may need some support around, what's happening, what's hard for you about eye contact, if that's in the way for you of being able to have a more direct connection with somebody. So when we have eye contact, it enables, as I was saying, you to feel seen and there's more ease in your being. So you're more able to communicate without that frustration of you're not listening to me or you're distracted. So put an I want that in the comment. Now, if you want that kind of shared experience with someone, they're giving you their full attention. So that's a great foundational piece for any communication skills you want to add to your conversation, right? Having eye contact. Let's go to the second one. Second one is what I would think is the second one anyway. My 3 keys right now is consent. So getting consent from the other person that they are available for you to have the conversation. So say you're coming to somebody, hey, I've got this important thing I want to talk about, or I got something I need to vent about, or whatever it is. it's a really great idea to ask for consent, to get their permission basically to share. Because if you don't, what could happen is they may not actually be available. You might be imposing on them. You might be interrupting them. You might be, they might just be in the middle of something and can't give you their full attention mentally because their head's elsewhere, or emotionally, maybe they've got a lot already they're dealing with, they're grieving, they're upset about something, and they can't really be present for you. So if you want a good communication experience, getting consent from the other person that they are available is really going to go a long way towards you feeling like you're getting a better connection, a better, feeling of being heard and understood. So that's my number 2. And then moving on to number 3 is actually checking in with yourself that you are in a good place to communicate. So if you're the one coming to the table with, hey, I need to tell you something, or I need to sort this out with you, or this has been bothering me, or whatever it might be, check in with yourself that you're available emotionally, physically, mentally, so you're not exhausted, you're not like already upset about something, you're not distracted by other things, that you feel like you can be present, because when you're more present, you're going to be your best self, right? You're going to be more able to remember what you want to say it without a lot of judgment or a lot of criticism or whatever else might be up for you. It doesn't mean you have to not be angry or not be upset in some way, because sometimes that's exactly when we need to have a conversation. But that when we're all frazzled or really flustered about something, it can make it harder to communicate clearly and effectively. So that's why I suggest that you just check in for a moment. It's like, is this a good time for me? Am I going to do a good job with considering the state I'm in right now? So those are my 3 keys for you to communicate, to set the foundation for communicating effectively and creating an environment where you're more likely to be heard and understood. So again, eye contact, getting consent, and then checking in with yourself that you're in a good place to do it. And may also be a physical place as well as an inner place of emotion and mental state and whatnot. So as I was saying, if you're not already signed up for my Reignite Your Relationship workshop, I want to invite you to that. It is just for women, and it's all on Zoom, and it's an opportunity to take everything I've shared today a lot deeper. So we are going to go not into just these basics for how to set a foundation for communication, but actual communication skills that you can implement right away in your relationship, so you can get heard, get understood, avoid conflict, create more connection, feel closer and more intimate with somebody. And also, we're going to look at what are some of the other obstacles that might be in the way of your capacity or ability to communicate skillfully. What else might be going on under the surface that gets in the way of that? And lastly, I'm going to be sharing with you what I think are the other 10 keys to having a healthy relationship, and we'll explore those briefly one by one in the workshop, so that you know what you need to do to be able to move forward and create your best relationships. So there's a link below this video. It's called Reignite Your Relationship, and sign up for that. You can click that link, and there's just easy sign up. It's totally free. It's just for women. There is limited space. So make sure to click that link and grab a spot so you can get your relationship on track and do your best job in creating a healthy connection for yourself and for others. I really hope to see you there. It's going to be awesome. And it's the last one I'm going to be doing for a long time. So go ahead and sign up before you leave, right at the button below. Take care. Bye-bye.